Good morning, dear guys. In this session, we are going to look at the demo of how we are going to create a menu component and a text area component by using frame, and how we can able to implement the action listener interface in order to make event handling in your program. In this demo program, I'm going to write the program step by step for easy understanding. So at the end, we will get the execution and how the program will be created for that particular uh, given set of tasks. Okay. So what exactly our task is? We are going to create a menu and text area. Once if you are clicking the menu option, what is the option that we have clicked is shown as a text in the text area. Okay. This event and the action has been handled by using the event handling. In order to make that action, we are going to implement the action listener. Okay, so let's go into the topic. So according to our task, what we are going to do is we are going to create a event handling, and we are going to create a frame. Within that frame, we are going to create two components. What are the components? One is menu, the another component is text area. Very clear? So I'm going to utilize the component, I'm going to perform the event handling, and I'm going to utilizing the layout. Okay, whether I may or may not use the layout. So for all the things, if we want to import in our class, what we have to do, we have to utilize the classes and methods which are available in the AWT. For that case, I'm going to import the AWT package in my program. So what is my first line? What I have to import? I have to import I have to some import, right? Import java.awt.star. So first I have imported AWT package in order to utilize all the classes and functions of component classes and container classes and methods. Okay, and in order to perform the event handling, I have to import java.awt.event package, right? Event.star. Okay, so earlier we may created the applet used program for displaying our output. We have created a dialog window, applet window. Now we are going to utilize frame. Why we are going to utilize the frame? Because the menu bar can able to accessible only in the frame container class. We cannot able to utilize the applet container class. So the menu is only available for frame container class. That's why we are going to create a frame. So whenever we are creating the applet, we are needed to be import one other package, which is import java.applet package, right? So we are in needed to create applet package. Here we are not utilizing the applet dialog window. That's why we are going to simply utilize the frame window. Okay. So I'm not only the frame window container class, which is available in AWT package itself. That's why we no need to import any other packages here. Okay. So after that, I can able to do my work. For doing my work, I have to give my own. I have to create my own class. For that, I have created public class. I'm going to give a name menu demo. It's my class name. So I'm going to utilize the menu, so that I have given a class name as menu demo. Okay. So in the menu demo has to be returned, or my output shown in frame window container class, right? That's why I have to give extends from frame class. Okay, so the frame class has to be extended by my class, because my output, the entire outputs and components, I'm going to place it in my frame window only. That's why I have extended the frame class. And in order to perform event handling, I just want to implement action listener. Okay, why I have to implement action listener? Because so whenever I'm utilizing the menu, so I'm going to perform click operation on the particular menu item. So when it is a click action event, when there is an event which is called click event, then the action type will be action event. So which interface we have to utilize to understand the event? Action listener. That's why I have implemented action listener here. Okay, so after that I have open and close the class flag. Okay, in the class flag what I want to do is I just want to utilize the instance variable that I'm going to use for my components. So how many components which we are going to use? We are going to use two components. For that I have first declare my first component text area, so I named it as TA. Clear? So the second component which I'm going to use is menu, right? So menu I named it as M. So for each menu I'm going to create many number of items. For that I have utilized the instance variable menu item I1, I2, I3. There are three menu items that I'm going to add. So for that I have created a three menu items. Okay, are you clear? Okay, so after that what I want to do is are you clear? Okay, so what I want to do the next is I have initialized, so in order to verify whether my program has a bug or not, I just want to create, I make execution first. Okay, make execution first. I will show some errors will occur. Why the error occurs, I will let you know. I'm just compiling it. So first of all I need to save it, that's why I have put a save. Okay, save menu demo, it is getting saved. After save it I just try to execute it. So you can able to see the error message. What is the error message here I have received is public class menu demo extends frame implements action listener. Okay, so error message is menu demo is not abstract and does not overriding abstract method action performed in action listener. So here what is the exact error that they have given us? As they said, menu demo is not an abstract class, okay, but you are implemented the action listener interface and also you are not overridden the action listener method. Okay, this is what the error is given. So according to our previous concept, you can able to remember that whenever you are implementing some interfaces, in interfaces there are some abstract method, right? All the method must be implemented in my class, whichever the class may implement from that particular interface. That's why in action listener there is a method action performed that is an abstract method in action listener interface. But in our program menu demo we have implements the action listener, but we are not yet overridden the action listener. Clear? So whenever we are implementing some interfaces, we must override all the abstract methods which are available inside the particular interface. For that we have to override it. So we may need to give a definition or not, that's not in the case, but we must, what we have to do, we must override the particular method. For that I am going to override it. Public void action performed is the method which is available inside the action listener interface. Okay, action performed, within that I'm going to use action event A. Okay, so this is a class which I'm going to give as a reference here. Why we are giving this as reference here? Because this action event class, by utilizing this reference variable, can able to identify what is the action is performed in my container class. Okay, for that means in frame output window it has to identify which is the action as performed. So I am going to open and close this method definition. Okay, So after that, now I'm going to try to save it and execute it. So there will be another error will come. Okay, so is there any error now? No, there is no error. This is what you want to understand. So whenever you are implementing any interface, for that interface some abstract methods are there. All the abstract method must be defined here. We may give a definition or not, but that abstract method must be overridden here. You have to once again represent that particular abstract method in your class too, otherwise it will show the error. Could you able to understand? Now it's getting compiled without any issues. Okay, next we are going to run it. So when I'm trying to execute it, what is the error is there? According to that, compilation is not there, but here now there is an exception. What is the exception here? No main method is found in order to execute this. And that's a problem we have received. Okay, so for that we have to give a main method. Okay, are you clear? So we need to give a main method here so that the program will getting executed. Are you clear? Right. So next we are going to declare a main method in that particular class. Public void main. What the main function will do? It is a static function. That's why I have to give static. Why we need to give a static? Because the main function does not wait for any instance. Without instance it will get executed. That's why it has to be given as a static one. Clear? Many times we have discussed this, right? Strings of. Okay, so this is a command line argument that we have given. Okay, after that there is a block that we have to give. Clear? So I have created the main function, I have created the overridden function, and I have declared three components that what we are going to use in the frame. Okay, so I'm just going to save it and I'm going to compile it. So I have not found any error and I'm going to execute it. Now also I have not found any error. Okay, very clear? Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so we are going to start the frame. Okay, so you may ask the question, so we have created a frame but the frame is not visible yet. Why? So the frame is not visible. Why? For that we have to make a member function here. How we can able to make a member function here, I will let you know. Okay, so here I'm going to call the constructor menu demo. I have created this constructor. Within this constructor I'm going to I'm going to define all the components of the frame class. So whatever the components I'm going to receive, all the components have to be defined within this constructor. Okay, so now what first I'm going to do is set visible of true. This method I'm going to call. Why? I will let you know. Set visible of true is a parameter you have to pass. If you are giving a set visible of true, look at it, what you will get. So when the constructor will be getting called, if you are create an instance for the particular class, the constructor will be created. For that I'm going to create an instance here. Okay, so I'm going to create an instance here. What is my class? Menu demo. So I'm going to give a reference name md. Okay, equal to new menu demo is my object name. Okay, I'm just have created the object for the class menu demo, so that constructor will automatically initiated. Okay, so when I'm creating a object here, and automatically the constructor will be getting initiated. After that, within the constructor I have given definition set visible of true. Okay, so what you will get after compilation. So compilation is success, and I'm going to execute it. What has given? Look at here, something is there. Okay, it's not coming there. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, this you can able to see this, right? So there is a frame window has been getting created in the thing. So if I'm not giving set visible equal to true, your frame window will not be shown. So whenever you are extend the class frame, automatically a frame window will be getting created, because based on the constructor call it will create a frame window. Okay, so you can see this is a frame window. Okay, there is a window has been created. Okay, if until you give set visible is true, you cannot able to view the frame window. So it is very small size, I cannot able to refer it. For that I have to give a size. For that I have given set size of I have to give width and height 300 to 300. I have given this. Okay, so now I would like to save it and compile it. And then I will execute it. So you could able to view this, right? So empty container will be there in a frame. Okay, it's the size of the window is 300 and 300. So empty window has been created. This is a frame window, in which window you are going to bring the components. What are the components we are going to bring? One is menu bar and another one is text area that we are going to bring for. Very clear about it? So this is what we are going to bring. So once if I try to click to close, it will not getting closed, because the window is not able to close until you are handling that event. This is window event that we have already discussed. What are the events? One of the event is window event. So until you call the window event, and for that window event, until you write the definition to close, you cannot able to close it. So I'm clicking on the close button, but it is not getting closed. It will not work, because you have to write a window event for that until you can able to minimize or maximize. So I have minimized it now, right? Are you clear? So what are the things I have done? So I have created the frame window. In order to show my window, I have called the set visible method. In order to make my window size, I have called the set size. Okay, after that, what is my role? I want to create the menu. So in order to create the menu, you can look at this, right? So here there is a file menu, here there is the edit menu, here there is a view menu. Like that you have to go to create a menu. Also we take an example, like we are going to create a file menu, right? So we can take a task like we are going to create the file menu with the 3 items. What are the 3 items? I'm going to create a menu name as file, and there is new, open and synchronize all. These are the three items we are going to, okay, new, open or close. We are using these 3 items to display on that particular mains. In order to create a menu, so what is this exactly is this length of panel, which is called menu bar. For that, creating them for the menu creation, you have to define the menu bar first. Okay, could you able to understand? This is a menu bar, the length is menu bar. You have to create the menu bar first. After that only you get able to create the menu. For that I'm going to utilize the class menu bar. Okay, menu bar. I'm going to give a reference name mb equal to new menu bar. So whenever you are going to create a component in the container classes, you have to create an object for that particular class, okay, particular component. So in order to create the menu bar component, I have to create the object for menu bar class. So that's the thing I have done here, menu bar. Okay, so I have created the object here to create a menu bar. Okay, so after that so the menu bar has to be set on the window, right? For that I have called set menu bar. Okay, the member function that I have to call. What is my member function? Sorry, what is the menu bar reference variable mb that I have to given as a parameter, so that the menu bar will be displayed on my displayed on my output window. Okay, so now I have saved it and then compiled it and I will execute it. You can look at that. So now I'm executed. So you can see that there will be a menu bar has been created here. That menu bar will be utilized over there in the location, so that if the menu bar is available here, the length, so you can able to create the menu item over there now. Okay, so I have created the menu bar and I have set the menu bar. Now what I want to do is next. Okay, so next work we are going to create the menu, right? So for that we are going to new menu of, we are going to create that object menu. So menu name we have to define. For that I have given menu name as a parameter. What is our main menu name is file. So I have given menu name as file. So I have created the object and I have set the menu name as a parameter, and where I have collected it already, that I have described the name m, right? In order to get the m I have given here. For creating the menu I have created the instance variable already. That instance variable I have utilized here to collect the menu object. Okay, so after that, okay, I have created the menu. Okay, the menu has to be available in the menu bar. Are you clear? The menu has to be available in the menu bar. For that what I have to do is we need to add that menu. Add menu. I have added the menu. In which area it has to be a menu bar, so that I have utilized the reference variable mb here, mb dot add of m, where the menu will be added in this particular menu bar. Clear? Are you clear, guys? Okay, so next we can move, right? So the menu bar has been created and then menu has been created. That menu, particular menu is added with the menu bar. Okay, I have done that. Okay, now I have saved it and I have compiled it and I'm going to run it. Okay, yes, your menu bar is there and your menu has been created here. Clear? Okay, so next what we want to do is, so when I'm clicking on menu, there should be some menu item should be displayed. In order to create the menu item, you have a class menu item. Okay, for that how many items we have planned? 3 items: new, open, close. Okay, 3 items that we are going to add. So how many objects we have to create? 3. New menu item of. Okay, so what is the name that we have given? I1. Now I1 we will get. So what is the first name of the menu item? New. New is the first name of menu item. Right here you can see in file menu, first item is new. So the new has have created. Where the menu item will be there? For creating the menu item, we have already created the menu variable in order to collect that. So the object has been collected by this variable I1. Very clear? Okay, and then second I2 equal to new menu item of open, right? And third one is I3 equal to new menu item of close, right? So we have created 3 items. Okay, so 3 items has been created. These 3 items have to be visible on this menu, right? So next we are going to add these items. Okay, so for that I have going to add of I1. Okay, this menu item new has to be available within this menu file. For that I'm just using the reference variable m dot add of t1, so that the menu item will be available in the menu. Clear? So second one is m dot add of I2. Sorry, I2. Okay, and third one is m dot add of I3. I have created 3 items, so I have added 3 items. Okay, After I have added it, so what it will be written, I will let you know. So I have compiled it and I have saved it. I have compiled it now and continue. There is no error, and I have executed it so that the menu is there. When I'm clicking that, there are 3 items has been available: new, open, and close. Clear? Okay. So what is the next one? So we are going to, we have created the menu bar first. After that we have created the menu. After that we have created the menu items. Okay, 3 items we have created according to our definition. We have created the according to our things, we have created the components and the menu items are there. So completed. So what next we need in order to, so what is exactly we want to do is, as we said, when I'm clicking this new, so there will be a text area in this container area. Then the text area, there is a message you have clicked new, and then if I click open, there is a message you have clicked to open. If I click close, you have clicked to close. That message has to be available in that particular text area. So in order to make that, I have to create a text area also. For I'm going to create text area here. So in order to create a text area, what you have to do, you have to create an object for the text area. So I'm going to create a text area. We can name the T, right, equal to new text, sorry, area of I have created the text area. Okay, so within that I have to mention the size so that the text area size will be available in that particular size. If you are not giving you the size, the entire container area will be act as a text area, so it will create a problem. That's why I have created the text area here. Already I have created a name T. Okay, so that I have collected, so I no need to give text area here because I have created the instance variable already. That instance variable I have utilized to create the text area. So I have created the text area here already, right? Text area TA. I'm utilizing this reference name TA to collect the text area object. So I have collected the text area object in the TA. Next, in order to make it available in my container, I have to add the TA, so that the text area will be also available in my window. Okay, very clear? So it's a end, so we can able to perform the actions according to our need. Okay, so this is the end where I'm going to compile that and then continue. So there is no error and I'm going to execute it. Okay, there is a file here. This is a text area I have created. Okay, and this is a new. Okay, so new is there. When I'm clicking the new in my text area, I have to get the value here. I have clicked the new, and if I click the open, I have to get the value. I have clicked the open. If I use the close, there is a error message. That there is a message. I have clicked the close. This is the message I want to get. For that, I have to write a. This is the event. When I'm clicking the new, this will be act as the event. For that, I need to write the action. If I click the event has to be received from this class action event. From this class, it will be passed to, sorry, when I'm clicking this new, it will be listened by using the action listener class interface. Action listener interface will receive which action I have performed in this container. So it will understand, yes, there is a click event, that like it will understand the action listener. After that, it will pass the event name action. There is action event, there is a click event, like event name has to be passed to this particular action event class. From this action event class, you will receive the caption of this submenu item. Okay, the caption mean new. If I'm clicking new, I will try to get the value that I'm going to do in this action performed. I will let you know how it will be do. Okay, so what we are going to do is, so as we said, when I'm clicking that file, new, so the action listener will listen, there is a click event. That event has to be passed as an parameter to this action event class. So the action event class will recognize there is a action, a click event has happened. Okay, according to that click event, we need to get the caption of that click. In which area we have clicked, we need to get the caption. So as we said, if I click the file new, the new caption has to be retrieved. I have clicked on that new, right? So when I'm clicking on new, listener can listen click event. The click event will be passed to action event. After that, in which I have performed the click event. In order to identify that particular caption new, I have to utilize some other method. That method is called sorry, first I will give you the method get action command. CTIY action COMMAND command. Okay, get action command method. Action command method will get the caption, okay, based on where it is clicked. In order to identify the clicking event, AE will be given as a reference. This action event, from that it will identify which event is click event on which button. This get action command will give the caption of that particular button new. Okay, so I will get the value of new and a string, so that I'm going to declare a string here, ring string yes. Okay, so what is the value of yes when I'm clicking this? Could you able to understand this? I have clicked this new. Okay, when I'm clicking this news, what will be the sequence of action? A listener has to understand I have clicked something. Okay, that will be passed to this action event. The action event tells yes, the user have clicked on something. Okay, so the get action command said yes, the user have clicked on that particular new. Okay, the new word will be obtained by using this get action command method. Based on this event, okay, that new will be saved in this string. So the string s value will be new when I'm clicking the new. When I'm clicking the open, the s value will be open. When I click the close, the s value will be close. Okay, very clear? Right. Okay, let's move. Okay, so now the new is there in the next ordinary string operation. So we just want to compare if s dot equals of new. Okay, so the equation of new. So where I want to put a thing in text area, I have to set the text. For that, set text. Within the set text, you have clicked new button. So this is the thing I have to given here, right? Okay, in which area the text has to be fixed, I have to put this text value in text area. For that, I just called the reference variable TA, so that the TA in TA it will be displayed. Okay, so let's check whether it is processed or not. I've saved my code and I have compiled it. So some error is there. What is that error? S dot equals of new. What I have missed? Yes, I have missed one parenthesis. Okay, it's completed. I have saved it, I have compiled it. Oh yes, so this is a silly mistake that I have did. I have utilized this reference variable as yes in caps, but here I used the small, that's why it's giving you error. Okay, next we have compiled it. Okay, no problem is there. And next we make execution. Okay, my execution has begun and I have clicked the file and new. Okay, what is my, I have clicked the new, so it is not keen. Let's look at it. Okay, this is a small typing mistake. So when I click on this new, we will get the message I have given open, right? Okay, so when I'm click on this open, you clicked on a message open button. Okay, so in which you can able to click a menu button. Okay, So whenever you are writing, the same way you can able to write for new. So okay, I will just copy it and paste it here. So for all the button you can able to write the function here. Okay, so string is area get action command equals of new, that I'm going to give new. Now click the new button. Okay, then similarly I have going to for close. Okay, it will return. Now click the close button. Close button, you will get it. So what is this? This is from here to, but it's also getting copied. Okay, close, open, close. Where is new, 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 and new? Okay, so you can able to write all the functions for all the buttons so that it will getting executed when you are clicking on any each button you will get. So let's stop this and I will compile it. So compilation is done, so that after that I'm going to execute it, run it. So when I'm clicking on that particular function you will get the particular value. Okay, so if you are clicking on open, okay, if you are clicking on open you will get, so that you have clicked on open button. Okay, so this is actually you are doing with the action event. So according to your action it will display the value. Okay, so now the next important thing that we have to see is when I'm try to close this frame window, it will not getting closed. For that I have to handle the window event. How we can handle the window event, that we are going to see. In order to handle this window event, I'm going to do one thing, I have to add a method window listener here. Okay, that will be also act as a component. So in order to handle the component, the window also will be handled as a component, so that I have to give a window listener. This is a method you have to add window listener, listener. Okay, window listener. Inside you have to give new window adapter, adapter. Okay, this is an object we have created here. Okay, so what does it mean? Add window listener method, we are going to call a class which is called window adapter. In order to call that class, I have created the object for that particular class, window adapter. So I will let you know why we are calling this class. So because when we are utilizing the listener is an interface, it has some 7 abstract methods. So without any class, if I try to utilize that particular listener, that listener will let me ask all the methods should be getting overridden. So I need to give 7 method names without definition. So it is overburden work to me. In order to avoid that, I have used one new class, window adapter. This adapter class allowing me to use only one, to override only one method which is available in the listener class. So that I'm going, for that purpose I have utilized the class, one class here in order to utilize that window adapter class. So I make use of only one method which is available in that particular interface to be getting overridden. So that I have utilized this class here. This procedure is called unanimous class. Okay, unanimous class, most probably many number of interview it may be asked. So I found in Hexaware this question has been asked from your senior. I got this. Okay, so this is what exactly called the concept of unanimous class. Okay, and within that what we are going to is we are going to call the member function public void window closing. Okay, window closing some member function. Okay, so we have to pause the window event WE. Okay, so why we are pausing this class reference? Because it will receive the, it will listen from the action listener, it will receive the event, that close button has closed, clicked, okay, the close button has clicked, that kind of event will be received from this class, and it will pass that click event to this window closing method. So after passing that, it will do one thing. What it will do, so we are going to call system, system dot exit of 0, okay, so that I'm asking my system to close it. For that I have utilized the class system and exit of method as 0. There is no parameter will be passed, according to that it will do. Okay, I have completed it. Okay, and then I have completed one more thing here, right? So as we said, we have wrote here, right? Add window listener as added here, new window adapter, in order to utilize or override only single method that we need in this particular class. We have utilized this class, we have called this class new window adapter. Within that we are utilizing the simple member function window closing. So in order to recognize the event, we are utilizing the class window event with reference WE. Okay, after completion of this, we just ask our system to close it. Okay, let us save it and compile it. Then I will make an execution. I have run it. Okay, it's getting run. Okay, I just make a close it. It's getting closed now, right? So this is what actually window event handling. So in this session, what we are looking at, we have done all the things. What are the things that we have done? We have first created the menu area, followed with that we have created a menu, followed with that we have created the menu items, and we have ordered all the components in my frame. Okay, after that I have written action performed comments here. So after I have written the action performed, I made a window closing comment. Okay, all those things we have discussed here in this class. I hope that you may getting clearly understand. If you have any issues, you can communicate with me so that we can able to clarify that. Okay, thank you.